How much did I charge? Oh yeah, $10. You got change for a 20?
I only got $6.12.
Oh, well, that's okay. Here, just give me the $6, and then I'll give you the 20.
Okay.
Now, give me the pubes, and I'll give you back $2.
Right.
Now, give me the 12 cents, and I'll give you the rest of your change back. And then give me the 20, and I'll give you the pubes.
Sweet. God damn!
All right, I'm back, and I'm ready for reaction. So I might as well do this because, I thought when I listened to it, it was kind of like, hey, bro, speaking facts, like usual. So let me go ahead and react to this, and let's go ahead and get started. We're not going to waste no time. Let's go.
Y'all, the Jey Uso and CM Punk main event is currently happening as I'm starting the recording of this review for Saturday night's lame event, okay? This show is complete garbage. It is the worst show of the year. It is one of the worst shows of all time. Like, it is that bad. Nothing redeeming about this show is anything. There's nothing positive to say about this show. The fact that the main event is happening as I'm speaking and I have the audacity to make this review shows you that nothing is happening on this show. It is boring. It is lifeless. Therefore, the crowd is lifeless because the product sucks. Triple Fraud needs to be fired immediately. Every single show, he's either not backstage or he has zero creative footprint on what's happening. And even when he does, it sucks anyways. He does not care about the quality of these shows. He doesn't care about us as fans. That's why I have not watched a full Raw or SmackDown or even PLEs now at this point, I guess you can add in. I haven't watched them in their entirety in a long time. I don't do it anymore. I have to either split it up in parts or watch highlights because it's that unwatchable. You had a SmackDown last night where Ilya Jabarov was fighting Nathan Frazier for 30 minutes. Do you understand how embarrassing that is? Out of everyone you have on the roster, and that is what you filled 30 minutes up of SmackDown with. It is a absolute disaster, man. Darius Rodington is the worst WWE champion ever. How do you come out in a trench coat every week, cut no good promos, tell no good stories, and get rewarded with 2 world championship reigns? And you know Cody's not dropping that title because the Mania 42 ad and the teaser for it show you Punk, Brock, Roman, and Cody, which basically lets you know that every single one of those 4 is going to be involved in a marquee or main event level match at Mania 42. So Cody's probably not even going to lose that belt. And Drew McIntyre, I can't stop thinking about Punk, and I can't stop thinking about Randy, and I can't stop thinking about Cody, and I can't stop jobbing out, and my career is going to end because Triple Fraud can't book. That is what we have. This is sad, man. Every single heel turn that happens in WWE is ruined for good. For good. It's just done. How many times do we have to see this? The New Day, they turn heel in an amazing segment. It turns to crap. John Cena turns heel. Triple H has 5 months to book him, and it turns to crap, and fans blame The Rock. Are you serious? Drew McIntyre turns heel, has a good feud with CM Punk, disappears, comes back, and has jobbed out ever since late last year. It is an embarrassment, and it needs to be called out accordingly, man. It's disrespectful for these jobbers to give us the same product over and over and over again and expect us to just take it and enjoy it. This is trash. Everyone is supposed to, we grew up, a lot of us grew up watching wrestling and thinking it was great, having amazing moments, great stories, larger than life characters and storylines and epic moments, making you feel for these characters, making you feel for these moments and making you invested in all these different stories with actual creativity. And now you look at it, we have no stars because Triple H cannot build stars. He doesn't care. He spends more time at the White House than he does in Gorilla making the show. It's unacceptable, man. And Cody Rhodes is the worst champion ever. I said it before. I don't even care about this match. Yes, he retained versus Drew McIntyre because he DDT'd Drew on a WWE championship while the ref wasn't looking. What a creative finish. So creative. Stop. This isn't creative. This sucks. Every single match. I'm so tired of the base bare minimum being, oh, well, they put on a decent wrestling match, man. Wrestling. You can find a good in-ring performer in 80% of the locker rooms in WWE, TNA, AEW, New Japan, anywhere.
Well, I don't agree with the WWE part, but you got the AEW part right. I just want to put some matches on here to let you guys know that Dynamite will be having some tag team matches. We got Adam Page teaming up with Hook and Eddie to go against the Ops. And we also have Mercedes Moné and Athena go against Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron. Feel the wrath of this qualifying match. Because that's what it is, a qualifying match. Now, I really don't know who's going to win this match, but I assume Mercedes and Athena, unless Chris Stanley let her cost them the match. or Billie Kay, because, she hasn't been seen lately, so being by Athena's corner, so she might appear, but because right now I haven't seen her, so I don't know when she's coming back, but if she come to cost them the match, I don't blame her. She is jealous of Mercedes taking her place, so obviously. So hopefully we'll see her. If not, we'll probably see Chris. But let's continue.
Having decent to good wrestling in-ring matches is not the problem. We need stories. We need intrigue. We need emotional investment in what's happening, and we have none of that. We need stars. We need something, and we have nothing. Wrestling has never felt so dead and so lifeless, man. These crowds are barely showing up anymore. You have no new stars in the pipeline. Nothing is entertaining. Nothing is engaging. Even I wanted Tiffany Stratton's title to reign to end. I wanted it to be over because it was that bad. And now that it's over, I don't even care. I don't even care that Jade Cargill won. Yes, I'm excited because I want to see, I'm excited for the fact of, hey, we have a champion now that's not Tiffany Stratton. That's great. But as for the actual excitement for Jade Cargill's run specifically, I'm not there yet. I have to see more. I'm just happy that Tiffany has lost the belt. And it's as simple as that. John Cena announces via a video segment that he is basically going to have there's going to be a 16-man tournament starting in Raw in Boston in a couple weeks where they're going to decide who Cena's final opponent is. Why don't the fans just pick his final opponent? Why doesn't he just pick his final opponent? He has no problem getting on Twitter and picking AJ Styles to fight him at Crown Jewel, but for some reason, we have to sit back and watch 16 jobbers go at it to ultimately get a jobber to fight John Cena in his final match. It's just I don't understand any of this, man. This show has no pulse. The booking is garbage. It's garbage. And I've been saying this now for well over a year, bro. This company is going to die at the hands of Triple H because he doesn't know what he's doing. He is a fraud. He doesn't show up. He doesn't do anything of meaning. He doesn't give a crap about this product or the fans anymore. And if you hear anything otherwise than that, it's an absolute and utter lie. This is unacceptable, man. It's unacceptable. The opening match with Cody and Drew was a disaster. Drew McIntyre is better than Cody Rhodes at literally every aspect of being a professional wrestler, yet he consistently loses to him every time. It's unbearable, man. We don't even need to go through this. What happened in this match? Cody went through a table, came back in at the count of 9. He then, as the ref took a ref bump, he DDTs Drew on the WWE Championship, and then crossroads Drew and pins him. What are we doing? We just watched Drew go into a Hell in a Cell, take GTSs, get hit off the steel cage walls, his whole head and face busted open, and he was still wrestling for 30 plus minutes with CM Punk. But one crossroads and a DDT on a title pins him. You see how stupid this is? None of this makes any sense, man. Drew McIntyre is booked like a jobber, and Triple H could not care less about making any of these dudes into actual stars. You could have had Drew as a top megastar in your company, or at least a top superstar, who could carry the shows without someone like a Roman or a Cena being on it. But you don't even have that. You have Cody Rhodes getting the belt and consistently holding it. And after Cody won the championship match, if you guys heard it, there was audible boos in the audience. People were booing the top champion, the alleged face of the company, and he's getting booed after retaining a championship that he's only defended 2 times since August. Do you see how bad this is? It's getting that bad. The product is that trash that the head champion, the face of your company, allegedly, he retains his championship and only his second defense since getting it back, and the fans are already booing. You know what I mean? They were cheering him, don't get me wrong. There was probably a 60% of them were cheering, but a good 30 to 40% of them were booing, it sounded like. It is what it is. You could hear the boos. And I'm like, the fans are now disapproving and showing you how stupid this is. Cody Rhodes is boring, and he is a undercard jobber pretending to be a main eventer. I'm tired of the trench coats. I'm tired of the respect, the love, the care, and the lack of effort. He does nothing to elevate this company. How do you have last year? You started off on USA Network when Roman and everyone was showing up for the Bloodline reunion last year. You had 1.8, 1.9 million viewers average on USA Network for SmackDown, and now you're struggling to get 1 million. And Cody's been champion for 80 to 90% of that time. It's unacceptable, man. Stop. Triple H sucks at his job. The creative team sucks, and Cody Rhodes sucks. He is always going to be a jobber. And that is why now he has the belt twice, and it's been boring each time. And he's had maybe 15 to 20, marquee PLE level matches in the last 2 years, it feels like. He's done nothing. He's done nothing, man. But yet he gets the belt. And Drew's jobbing out on the side of the road. It's just unacceptable, man. I have no words left to talk about this match, bro. Cody Rhodes should have lost this belt, and he should have been written off after Orton punt kicked him in the head. This should have happened months ago. But now we're waiting for it to happen. Let me guess, huh? We're going to get a Drew and Cody rematch, man. Yeah. No, stop. I don't want to see rematches anymore. Stop with the rematches. Give me something new and exciting. We move on. Jade Cargill beats, what's her name? Tiffany Stratton, because Tiffany's knee is hurt. We can never have a clean heel win. That's why we don't build, and no one in WWE actually has any legitimate heat, man. The only heat they get is like, hey, get off my screen because you're that bad at your job. It's ridiculous. Jade Cargill destroys Tiffany in a squash match, which is exactly what this should have been. I'll give them credit for that. But the actual quality of this should have been happened. Jade should have been won, man. She should have been turned heel. Right after SummerSlam, she should have turned heel, and they should have had a rematch for the WWE Championship at what's it called? Whatever the pay-per-view was later in August or early September. That's what should have happened. WrestlePalooza, whatever it was. That's what should have happened. But we didn't get it. We got garbage. And I'm supposed to sit back here and say that this is good. This is trash. It's trash.
Well, the only thing that's not trash is her winning. So shout out to Seth Joseph. He pretty much put out a statement where he said the big three really took over 2025. Well, yeah, I mean, Bianca won Elimination Chamber, Naomi won the Money in the Bank and the Women's Championship, and Jade Cargill won Queen of the Ring and the Women's Championship. So, yeah, they did their part this year, thank God. You know what I'm saying? But I still think they need to take over 2026 as well, because everybody's voted for Liv Morgan to come back and take over. But I'm looking at Liv Morgan like, your sins haven't been forgiven yet. So you can't come back and take over anything as long as you're still with Dominic Mysterio and still part of the Judgment Day. So you can't get anything in 2026 until you give up the people that you're pushing so hard to be over you, when we all know that these fans and these bots are going crazy for you only. So again, it's just a shame that the polls is telling me that y'all don't care about Bianca, but I'm just going to keep posting it until you guys change your mind, because we only want both of them to come back. We don't want one of them to come back. We want both of them. And that's why I put both in the third option. So for you guys to just vote for Liv Morgan and not Bianca, when I put both on the third option, makes no sense. So you're telling me you don't want a black woman coming back, but you want a white, yellow, blonde come back? Wow. You guys are weird as hell. I mean, again, you know, look, I want both of them to come back. Okay, I want Liv to come back so she can finish up the storyline with the Judgment Day. And I want Bianca to come back so she can, feud with Jade and Naomi when she comes back. And however, I still want Naomi to go back and get the women's world title. But I would like for her to win the belt off of Raquel Hernandez. So that way we can have Black and Brown's main event for that belt. You know what I mean? Have Liv and Raquel face each other at WrestleMania. Raquel get over. And then after that, we get Naomi and Raquel at Money in the Bank or at SummerSlam. Well, not Money in the Bank because that's September. But at least SummerSlam. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that. You know what I mean? If we could get that, I'm pretty sure we'll have some good booking on that. That way, Raquel could get right back in the same spot with Bianca and Rhea, the big top. Y'all remember the big three? Raquel, Bianca, Rhea Rebby. If we could get that back, Raquel will be in the main event spot and people will start to look at her more. People already wearing her merch, bro. Even Dominic Mysterio is wearing her merch. So that's what I'm saying. Like we have to build, and this is the right way to do it. Have Raquel take the belt from Stephanie, carry that on past WrestleMania, and have Naomi take the belt. That's the answer. And send Liv Morgan to SmackDown. Because her story with the Judgment Day is over. So send her to SmackDown so she could be with Jade Cargill, and we could get Jade Cargill to beat her ass like last time. But this time, nobody interferes to stop Jade Cargill from beating Liv Morgan. Come on, man. Let's get that shit running. So, listen, I'm not giving up on Bianca. Y'all can, but I won't. So, again, we're going to focus on that. But other than that, the black women definitely did their part in WWE in 2026, but we can't sit here and say that the black women at AEW don't do their part either. Red Velvet was gone, but that doesn't mean that Mercedes and Athena didn't hold it down while she was gone. So, yeah, the black women doing their part, but they're not doing their part in NXT. We don't got Jada Parker. We don't got Lash Legend. We got Kalani, but she's in TNA. she's an NXT star, got a TNA belt. So how come the mixed queen get to have a belt, but Jada Parker, that's mixed, has no belt? Why? Because she's more black and less white? Come on, man. Y'all gotta chill. But let's continue with on because we gotta get to the Dom part. So let's continue.
Anyways, Jade Cargill's the WWE Women's Champion. We'll see where they go from here. I'm assuming they're going to build to her and Bianca probably at Mania 42 for the WWE Women's Championship. That should be a pretty fun feud with a returning Bianca Belair in a couple months, hopefully. So we'll see what happens. I'm just happy Tiffany's reign is over. Her reign was complete and utter garbage and forgettable because all she did was have rematches because Triple H is an uncreative fraud. We move on. We had a triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship. I've said this before. Dominic Mysterio is having one of the worst Intercontinental Championship reigns of all time. He's told no good stories. He's had no good promos. And he's had no good feuds. And every single match ends the same. He's going to find a way to cheat. Nobody cares anymore. It's not fun. It's not engaging. It was maybe once or twice, but nobody cares anymore. He's had the belt since Mania 41. What has he done since then with this belt?
I think the only thing that bro has done is that he got over with the crowd. You know, he went from being booed to being cheered. And now everybody's screaming his name every time he come out. But I do want Dominic Mysterio to know that this will be your last time having that belt. And unless Liv Morgan comes back in 2 or 3 weeks and costs John Cena the opportunity to become Grand Slam champion. If that happens, I guarantee you that Liv Morgan's babyface turn will not be back in 2026. For she will be forever booed based off of what she did to John Cena. And regardless if you guys love her or not, Liv Morgan fucked up her own babyface run because she thought that if she do that, it will give her some more heat. And it did. But that heat is go away heat. And now you just came back for nothing. I told you, when you come back, you're coming back to question marks. Oh, Roxanne, you tried to take Dominic Mysterio away from me. No, I didn't. Oh, Raquel, you betrayed me by getting with Roxanne. No, I didn't. Oh, Finn, you tried to get me and Dom to break up. How so? Oh, JD, why you didn't say anything? What am I supposed to say? That's what I'm saying. I laugh every time I say this because that's what you're coming back to. Plain and simple. You're coming back to question marks with no answers. How are you going to come back to solutions when you're making excuses with them? It's just crazy to me. And we can't get no perseverance because this Bondi had to come up to the front and wear a Living Dom shirt to make TKO keep them together for long. Why won't you go to Starbucks and get yourself a freaking Starbucks coffee instead of you coming to the front to tease TKO to let them know that, hey, I'm a fan, keep them going? You Triple H, don't fuck this up. You have to do the right thing and tell this story right. Next year will be the deadline of Liv and Dom's relationship, okay? It will be the deadline. And the main reason why is because you guys want the Judgment Day storyline to end, right? Well, in order for that to happen, these two will have to break up. I'm sorry to say it. Sorry, not sorry. They will break up next year, and there's nothing y'all can do about it. You can wear the shirt all you want. You can even come in that bitch with a... Well, here's the thing. You guys are not fans of them. You're fans of one of them. Whether you're a Liv Morgan fan, you're a Dominic Mysterio fan, you could be a fan of both, but you're not a fan of both. You get what I'm saying? You only like them when they're separated. You don't like them together. You're just wearing that shirt for Liv Morgan to put a smile on her face. But guess what? She's not going to shout you out. She would rather shout out her fans than shout out the Liv and Dom fans. It's over. Okay? Dominic Mysterio's making more money than Liv Morgan. That's a fact. He's making more money off of his merch than he's making more money off the Liv and Dom shirts. And that's a fact. Do you not see everybody wearing the Dirty Dom shirts? The Latino Heat shirts? They're wearing those shirts because Dominic Mysterio is a second version of Eddie Guerrero. The mid-card version of Eddie Guerrero. And people are embracing it. So, of course, it's going to be that way. And it's mainly because Dominic Mysterio is over with the crowd based off of his looks and his aura. He has the aura. Liv Morgan don't got no damn aura. All she got is just blonde hair in a slutty outfit and trying to be the blonde version of Lita. That's it. So we got to cut it out, okay? Just cut it out, okay? Cut it out. Cut the malarkey. All right? It's over. Liv and Dom are going to split next year, and Liv and Dom are going to go their separate ways. Rather Dom get with Roxanne or not. Rather Liv Morgan go to SmackDown or not. Either way, man, they're going to separate. And it's mainly because you guys requested the Judgment Day to end. You want them to end? They have to end. That's the requirement, and that will be the stipulation to end the Judgment Day storyline. Okay? So let's leave that alone, all right? But let's get back to the video because we got to wrap this up. So let's continue.
Thank you. We can move on. We can basically just move on off that. He's fought Rusev 3 or 4 times. He's fought Penta 4 or 5 times. And now you have a triple threat combining them all for the 5th or 6th time. None of this matters. It's boring. It's effort. There's no effort and put into this at all. And there's no creativity. We can move on, man. This is trash. Listen, okay. What happened after this Dominic Mysterio triple threat is arguably the worst part of the night. And the worst part of the night was John Cena confirming that there's going to be a 16-man tournament in order to see who fights him in his final match. Now, let me ask you guys in the comments, because I'm actually curious about this. Do you guys think that the fans should pick who Cena's final opponent is? Or do you think that Cena should pick who his final opponent is? Or do you, like he did with AJ Styles, like leading up to Crown Jewel, where he just said, hey, I want to fight AJ Styles at Crown Jewel. Obviously, it's going to get made. You know what I'm saying? The fans co-signed it. The fans on Twitter were like, yeah, do it. And then we got it at Crown Jewel. Or do you think that they should do the way that they're doing and have a 16-jobber tournament to decide that Gunther probably is going to fight John Cena? Gunther is one of the most boring and overrated wrestlers of all time. And the proof is because, number one, he hasn't told any great stories. He hasn't had any great feuds. And quite frankly, in my opinion, he hasn't had a genuinely great or amazing match since SummerSlam of 2024 versus Damian Priest for the world title. And he barely fought when he did become champion. So the whole ring general, Matt is sacred, that gimmick isn't even a thing anymore. He's soft. He got tapped out in 5 seconds by Jey Uso. His arc is done. You get what I mean? And he clearly doesn't have the charisma or anything like that, or the abilities or the skills or talents to be an actual megastar or superstar of a generation of wrestling like a Cena or a Roman Reigns. Or any of they don't even think about comparing it to Stone Cold or The Rock. You get me? So stop the nonsense. It's not going to happen. Giving Gunther the rub of beating Cena the final match is it's ludicrous. How do you get tapped out by Jey Uso in 5 seconds and then you're beating John Cena in his last match? All within the same year, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, none of this makes any sense. It's stupid, okay? You get tapped out by Jey Uso, and then 5 matches later, you're beating John Cena in his final match. No one wants to see that. We want something interesting and engaging. I'm thinking someone young, like maybe, honestly, I wouldn't have a problem if there was a Mello Hayes or a Trick Williams. They did mention NXT people were going to be in the tournament as well. Maybe Trick Williams or an Oba Femi, whatever. Somebody younger, at least like, around the age of 40 or younger than that. It really should be someone below the age of 35 to 30. You know what I mean? Below that age or in that age range, realistically. But we'll see what happens. I hope it's Trick Williams or Carmelo Hayes, if I'm being honest. That's what I would want, but we don't know what's going to happen, man. Who knows? Who cares? At the end of the day, we're just going to have to sit back and watch the absolute garbage unfold. John Cena's retirement tour has been an absolute disaster. It's been awful. You can't blame The Rock. Yes, The Rock turned heel and didn't show up anymore. Triple H had 5 months left to book a heel Cena and gave us absolutely nothing. Nothing in 5 months. Wasted half a year of this dude's final run, and you're talking about The Rock. You get what I mean? We have to be realistic about it. This retirement run sucks, and that's it. Then in the main event, Jey Uso ended up losing to CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship, and the show went off the air. Nobody cares. Everyone knew Jey was probably not going to win this match. I low-key had a feeling that he could have won maybe because, maybe Triple H wanted to give Jey the belt back, but obviously they had to go with Punk. Punk's just a better wrestler and a better performer than Jey Uso, and, he didn't get a full reign after he beat Gunther at SummerSlam, so of course they had to do this. A couple things I will note about this main event. After CM Punk won, he's, down on his knees with his head in his hands, crying, you know what I'm saying? Bro, it's a B title. It's a B champ. Nobody cares if you won the world title. Stop. My goodness, man. Why is everyone crying after everything? We are in the worst era of professional wrestling ever, and you finally won a world title. Nobody cares. And then on top of that, this whole Jey being mini Roman storyline, having adversity with Roman and Jimmy because he wants to be world champion. He wants to do it on his own. Now he's back, jobbed out for the title. Now what's he going to do? What happens to the storyline with him and Jimmy and Roman? Now what? What, they're going to reunite and fight at War Games? Yeah! We totally didn't see that 2 times already, man. Goodness gracious, bro. I mean, we're done. But overall, this show was a complete and utter disaster. I don't know what else to say about it. I have nothing else to say. This was a disaster. I got my rage out. I got the rant out. And I honestly exposed this show for what it is, which was an absolute...
Well, before we wrap this up, let's hear what Bobby Mansour has to say before we end the video. At least for the CM Punk win.
I used to love CM Punk. Like, I always complain. I love the pipe bomb CM Punk. This corporate CM Punk, I don't like it, dog. There's nobody we have that's going to speak up against the establishment, man. This is a load of crap that I just watched. The best thing is I get to go live. I get to bust it up in the chat. I could do a video. I could edit. I mean, we could bid. But, man, the actual product of professional wrestling is suffering extremely bad, dog. There's no excuse for this crap. Not one. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about Saturday Night's Lame Event. One good thing we got going on, and that's the John Cena tournament. And I gotta say, at least that. I hear a lot of fans saying that they're walking out the door right along with John Cena, and I believe them, man. I wonder if Crackdown is going to go below 1 million viewership, man. Because if they do, that's going to be a long conversation we need to have, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, CM Punk definitely switched up just to get back at WWE, but that's why I don't want Paige to come back, because I'm afraid if Paige come back, she might be a corporate too. You know, just like AJ Lee and Nikki Bella, you know, they come back for the dollar and they come back because the fans holler. You know, it's just a shame that nobody from AEW is begging Paige to come back, but unfortunately, you know, they move on. But once they start seeing the booking, then they might call her to come back. But I don't know, because, you know, the fact that she only had 17 matches in 2 years is just nasty work. And unfortunately, I don't think, you know, Paige is going to let that go, especially with all the times she's been on her podcast saying that she barely wrestled in AEW. And she's right. I mean, I didn't see it because I saw her on TV more and by my experience, but I did not see her wrestle as much because I didn't watch AEW as much. I'm going to be honest with y'all. So maybe I was lost in the sauce, but other than that, I always enjoy Saraya on AEW television. I just hate the fact that she can't do more, like go after the TBS title, go after the tag team titles with Holly Cameron or whatever. But I get it, you know. She says she done enough, and I get it. So I just really hope that when she does go back to WWE, then she renegotiate before she even signed that contract, because you do realize that full-time position is more like part-time position or on call. You know that, right? You're not going to be, you know, constantly wrestling like Roxanne Perez. You're going to most likely be in and out like AJ Lee. So, you know, Nikki just came back. So it's like you might want to renegotiate before you sign that deal. But I'll count the matches of how many matches you have done, you know, in WWE. But I just don't know if it's going to be memorable like the ones you had in AEW. You know, like I can remember all of them, you know, like Maya May, right? Do you remember Saraya versus Maya May? You remember Saraya versus Jamie Hayter? You remember that amazing tag team match with Anna Jay and Harley Cameron and Toni Storm, Mina and Maya? You remember that? That shit was dope. You know what I mean? But that was memorable. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I just hope it all works out for her. I just pray they don't fuck it up, man. Oh, also, the Fatal 4-Way match with Brad Breaker, Toni Storm, and Sheeta. This is back when Sheeta was the AEW Women's World Champion. And then that's when Saraya took the belt from her, I think. But I think, yeah, she won that belt. Yeah, she won that match. But yeah, man, that Fatal 4-Way match at All In. Oh, yeah. But it was short. I ain't gonna lie, it was short, but it was a good match, though. Boy, I wonder when they're gonna bring back Brad Baker. I don't know, but yeah, man, I just don't want Paige to get treated dirty. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, we don't need her to get booked to oblivion, which she already done enough for the business. So y'all go check out the interview she did with Chris Mann on my channel. I'll put the link in the description because I did get into depth about it. So please go ahead and check out that video, please. I need you guys. I need you guys to check out the video, review it, comment down below because I need y'all opinions on it, and we'll go from there. I'll repost it on my community tab so you guys can check it out. But in the meantime, just pray for Paige, man, because you don't want her to come back and she just there for shock value and then nothing else happens because Rhea's injured. So if she coming back for her, you're going to have to wait for Rhea to come back. So once the moment that Rhea comes back, maybe you two can work together, rather you face each other, rather you team up with each other. I had a perfect idea where you, Rhea, Kathy, and Saraya turn into a fraction and y'all lead from there, right? I don't know who will be the leader, but if I were y'all, the leaders to me should be, just be Paige and Rhea, and then, have Kathy as the manager and have Zyra as the enforcer. You know what I'm saying? So, even though Rhea and Zyra are enforcers, but still, you could do a storyline with Kathy and Rhea as a couple, and maybe that can help. But, are they going to do that? I don't know. But it would be a good idea, though, if you ever try to have her come back. But until then, I would rather for Paige to protect her assets and protect her ownership by just staying independent until you can get your lawyer involved and just until renegotiate with the contract. Please don't sign that contract if you don't negotiate. So, but that's all I gotta say on that. But we could go ahead and wrap the video up and we could talk from there. But let's continue.
Piece of garbage that had low effort nonsense written all over it. I'm giving this show a -10 out of 10, and thank you all for watching. Let me know what you thought about Saturday night's mid-event, garbage event, lame event in the comment section below. And as always, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a phenomenal day. Peace out and one love.
Well, as you see, Twitter is trending right now because what you see in front of the screen, everybody that was from AEW are getting cheered and acknowledged based off of their departure from AEW. So, but everybody that's a fan of AEW, all their pages, the AEW pages, the fan pages, they're acknowledging it. And then pretty much letting people know that AEW is the reason for the season, And the people that left, like Cody, Punk, Ricky, and Jade, along with Maya May and Ethan Page, well, they all won belts when that is great. You know what I mean? That's great that that the people you see in front of the screen are, finally get some gold. However, you also gotta bless people like Penta and Rusev and Aleister Black and, Ray Phoenix. And, it's more than just, bless these 6 people. You also gotta bless those that I just mentioned as well, because they left too. And Chris Jericho's coming, and Paige hopefully slowly is coming. Like, these people that you're pushing so hard to come to WWE, you just better hope that they don't get treated like Penta and Rusev and Aleister Black, because those 3 have completely won anything, including Ray Phoenix. They haven't won anything since they came to the main roster. And we're supposed to sit here and embrace the fact that we see 6 people with gold from AEW when the others haven't got anything, because they decided to come to a company which they thought they were going to get something, but they haven't got anything. So, look, you also, Stephanie Valkyrie, she's also AEW too, but nobody wants to talk about that. But, yeah, man. I mean, congratulations to everybody from, that used to be at AEW that got in gold. However, it's only a few that gotten it and a few that haven't. So, shout out to those that have. Even though I think Maya May should have went after the NXT women's title, and Ethan Page should be on the main roster, and Jay Cargill should have won that belt at SummerSlam. And, and Punk should have, won that belt before Seth Rollins got hurt. Hey, congratulations to everybody, right? Well, I can't say everybody because the other three haven't gotten anything, but hey, y'all made a choice. Y'all signed that deal, and you get what you get. But hold on, guys, hold on. I hope that everybody in this photo acknowledge the fact that yes, you guys got gold now until it's time for change. Once the change comes, all that gold that got in y'all waist is going to go straight to the garbage can. And it's mainly because the person that was supposed to be there that night is not there because he don't care. While everybody else got gold, they still at that place where they think that WWE got their back, but that's not the case. All right? Just remember who put y'all on. Then that's Tony. Maybe not CM Punk. Maybe not Cody Rhodes. But everybody else, y'all wouldn't be shit if it wasn't for Tony Khan. And that's just where we at. All right? I know y'all have y'all thoughts about Cody. I know y'all have your thoughts about Punk. But that's why I said, besides Punk and Cody, everybody in this photo, y'all wouldn't be shit if it wasn't for Tony Khan giving y'all the opportunity to be something. So, again, that's fine that you guys are getting something now. But just remember how y'all came up back then. So, never forget where you came from, man. But that's it. So, hey, I will say this, though. We definitely need to figure out, what's going to happen next year. Right? We definitely need to predict what's going to happen next year. Because I think that WWE is going to be going there. I think by 2027 that WWE will be going downhill based off of lack of sportsmanship, lack of support, lack of creativity, and lack of stories. And I think the only storyline that we have right now is the Judgment Day storyline, the Bloodline storyline, the Vision storyline, and that's it. Everything else is kind of like, all right, cool, whatever. Because right now, we really don't got no storylines but the Judgment Day. That's the only relevant storyline that we got right now. While everybody else ain't got shit. What can we really talk about now? What you want to do, talk? Ain't nothing to talk about. See, at AEW, we got 3 so far. We got the Don Cass family, and we got Adam Page and Samoa Joe. We also got Mercedes Moné and Chris Stanlander. Next thing you know, we got Blood and Guts in 2 weeks. Men and women. And the women is more storytelling than the men, because at least with the women, they have all types of tag team matches to build up to this. It's just, of course, we got some missing people, but other than that, man, you telling me AEW ain't got no story, no compelling storylines, but WWE ain't got no storylines. We only got one, and that's the Judgment Day storyline. Every other storyline is like, okay, what can you really tell us? Because honestly, we don't really need to talk about it because there's nothing to talk about. So the only storyline I'm waiting for is Dominic Mysterio and John Cena, to lead to Survivor Series. Can we get that, please? Because we need to know what John Cena is going to say to Dominic Mysterio once we get to Survivor Series. And we need to know, is Liv Morgan going to pull up and ruin her babyface turn by costing John Cena the Grand Slam championship? Oh, man. A lot to in play here. But really got nothing to speak about for tomorrow's Monday Night Raw. So don't expect me to do a reaction video of a CJAX, because I'm only doing it today because he made some great points in this video. But other than that, until Liv Morgan comes back, I'm not doing no reaction videos of CJAX no more. I'm sorry, man. I mean, I like CJAX and all, but sometimes, man, he just keep repeating himself, and it's just like, dude, I had enough of these rants, bro. If you're not gonna talk about AEW or NXT or TNA, just to give it some light, then bro, I don't want to react to your videos, bro. But I'll react to this one, just because I did think he made some great bullet points in this. He definitely explained very well, like usual. It's just sometimes you just need a break, man, because sometimes he just be ranting, and it's just like, okay, that's enough, bro. You gotta slow. Like, I understand this is when you get your viewership and all that, but at some point you're going to have to switch it up. And if you don't want to switch it up, then that's sad, because you shouldn't have to be rebellious on certain wrestling promotions and all you care about is WWE, but WWE is about to drown, and we're supposed to throw a life jacket to help them swim? Nah, man. This is all TKO and Triple H. So I'm not helping them. I'd rather help AEW. See, AEW need the most support. I'm not helping WWE. They got the support. I'd rather help AEW because AEW need their viewership back. They need to get their viewership back, and I don't want to be the one to say, hey, let's help out WWE when they got the support. They got the corporation. They got ESPN. They got Netflix. But sooner or later, they're going to lose that because they're losing intrigue while AEW has it. You might disagree, but at least I don't get bored when I watch AEW. Y'all do, because y'all not willing to take the time to sit down and actually watch the product. Okay? You could be bored on certain matches, but based off what I saw from Collision, I don't see nothing boring about it. I don't. And I'm going to watch the episode one more time just so I can remind myself how great the product is. So, AEW for life, baby. But y'all get in the comment box. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share if you're new. Also, don't forget that Blood and Guts will be November 12th, 8 o'clock. I will be going live on YouTube that day, so do not miss that day, okay? Make sure you guys tune in because I will go live that day. And trust me, you don't want to miss out, all right? So get in the comment box. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share if you're new. And I'll see y'all Wednesday, November 12th for the men and women. And trust me, you don't want to miss the women match. You don't. You don't want to miss that. But say a prayer for Chris Stanlander and Mercedes Moné. We don't want them to get injured at all in that match. So we do not want them to get injured at all. So say a prayer for their safety, okay? And for everybody else in the match, all right? Let's go ahead and watch us some Blood and Guts. All right, I'm out.